Baking over 200 individual desserts for my annual holiday dessert boxes that I give to friends and family. So let's get into it. On day one, I measured, then prepped all of the doughs that could be made ahead of time and chilled in the refrigerator. Starting off strong was my candied ginger cookie. I tested these cookies last week, so I knew what I was getting into. After, I made the crust for my lemon meringue tartlet. I popped that in the refrigerator so it could chill overnight, and then I cleaned my dishes. Clear sink, clear mind, can't lose. I then made the dough for my peppermint bark cookies, and little did I know that this was going to be a pain in my ass. Although I tested these cookies last week, they did not act the same this time around. Finally, because it was nighttime and I was getting tired, I browned my butter for my brown butter snowball cookie. I put that in a deli container and left that out to sit overnight. Then it was time for day 2 of baking. Starting off ambitious, I made my pastry cream for my eggnog profiteroles. I pressed it through a sieve to make sure it was extra smooth, and then I placed it in the refrigerator. I then shaped all of my individual tartlets, and they were so cute. Capitalism really popped off today. Soon after, I faced my arch nemesis, this peppermint bar cookie dough. It was really pissing me off, so I just placed it in the freezer and got started on my billionaire shortbread. I have made this dessert over like 10 times in the past year, so I'm very comfortable with it. Once my peppermint bark cookies were cold enough to place on a sheet tray, I rounded them with a glass and then baked them. Once I was fully recovered from that trauma, I then got started on making my brown butter snowball cookies. Yes, they look like Russian tea cakes. Yes, they look like Mexican wedding cookies, but we're calling them snowball cookies because it is Christmas. Once the clock hit 8 p.m., I hit a wall, but I had to come back to life because I had so much baking to do. I finished up my billionaire shortbread. I topped it with some cacao nibs and flaky salt and placed it in the refrigerator, and then I got started on my cracklin for my profiteroles. I have not made pâte à choux since cooking school, so I was really scared because it is definitely one of those things that you can mess up. But I piped those onto my sheet tray, placed the cracklin on top, and they came out so gorgeous. I was starting to feel good again, so I got started on my lemon filling for my mini tartlets. I placed the filling in the shells, and then I finished up with my worst nightmare. I was up until 2 a.m. individually coating 58 peppermint bar cookies. A quick 4 hours later, I got started on day 3. Some of my cookie boxes had to be on a plane this morning at 9 a.m. I baked my ginger cookies. I then reheated my profiteroles, made my meringue for my lemon meringue tart. I then torched my meringue, obviously. I then added whipped cream to my pastry cream that I had made for my profiteroles. Then it was time for my finishing touches. I cut up and then added my menus to my boxes and then placed all of my cookies inside each box. Honestly, everything turned out so gorgeous. I think I could cry. However, I feel no emotion because I got 4 hours of sleep. I packed up my boxes on time. The best part is they made it through TSA.